I'm scared of the monsters looking in the dark. Gore and more team ready to embark.
What's going on, Gorehounds, and welcome to another fantastic episode of the Gore and More podcast. I'm your not-so-mean fluff master supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing the shit show in. However, I don't bring the shit show in alone. For with me, as always, are my beloved horror brethren. Started off with that Dark Lord of Knowledge, that Chad Daddy, all the way down from the Chattahoochee, Mr. Chad Crispin.
Hey, what's up, bitches?
And we have that delicious meat mountain, but you can also call him that killing machine, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good evening, fuckers. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, we are a little light tonight. We are missing our beloved Lord Scuba Cabra, Mr. Steve Vasquez, but unfortunately, he has been a little under the weather the last several days.
Yeah, we got that ick that's going around.
So,
Yeah, seriously.
we do have a video from him. I imagine he's probably going to look pretty woof in it, so that's okay, but it's cool that he sent a video. He wanted to be here. Obviously, this was his pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we're all very excited to talk about it, and I'm sure he was as well. Who knows? You know, Steve's, he might even do a guest drop in at the end of it because he's just so like, I gotta say shit.
He might.
Got shit
You
to
never
say.
know.
Get in here.
I know when you're not on and you're trying to watch and follow along, it's so hard not to just want to jump on and say something.
Awful. I was doing that
Yeah.
while my kid was sick in the hospital. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm a terrible
Yep.
father. Get out of here. Alrighty. But no, if you haven't seen the bottom of the screen, we are talking 1998's Blade. And you might be like, well, boys, is this really Gore and More material? You know what, man? We are fucking deep in our years. So yes, it is.
Hey, does it have gore? Yes, it does.
It's got gore, it's got
Gore.
monsters,
Uh-huh.
and it's monsters from the world of horror. So
Vampire.
yeah. So I mean,
And yes, this is technically a superhero movie, but it doesn't play like a superhero movie. It plays
but it does have
more
some
like an
horror.
action horror.
It does have some horror elements in it, and we will
Of
definitely
course.
discuss.
Because they could say the same
Wait.
thing about Brightburn, too. So.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, Brightburn was
Oh.
a perfect example of a superhero horror movie, dude. Right?
Exactly.
Like 100%.
We did superhero horror a couple years ago.
Yes, we did. There's many more. Go back to old episodes if you want to check that out. But yes, thank you for joining us. Before we obviously dive into the meat of the episode, we always talk about what we did in the past weekend, or maybe what we didn't do. I don't know. But to do that, we got to do it right. We got to bring it in. However, our host with the ghost isn't here, so I
Very.
reached in through the multi-dimension and grabbed his variant. So, variant Scuba, if you could please. Scuba.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your
Thank you, buddy.
I still laugh every time we pull that up, just because we played that how many times before Bobby realized that Scuba's in the corner there.
I still sometimes have to deliberately look in the corner to see him instead of the
I
pizza.
mean, to be fair, dude, whoever shot
To be
that
fair.
ad shot of that pizza pole,
was
they did their job, right?
Dude,
They-
whoever shot that had to have worked in the porn industry, because that is a money shot right there.
dude, there's
that
no right, 100%. Like
Yeah.
that, like you don't even want to say it, but you're like, yo, this shot's gonna make you horny. Like it's not even like
And
it's
if
gonna
it
make you
doesn't
horny
make,
for pizza. Like
I say, if it doesn't make you horny for pizza, it makes you hungry. It's either
Fuck.
one of the H's.
Makes you
bro,
hungry.
how many times have right? There's one. Let's say how many times have we hopped on this shit where we've already eaten and we're just like, well, fuck me, I'm hungry again. God damn it, dude.
I literally just
every
ate a
show-
whole big mess of spaghetti before doing the show, and I could eat a slice of pizza.
I had meatloaf, and a slice of pizza would fucking hit.
Meatloaf is always solid. All right.
Anyway,
Enough talk about food, or at least we're going to do this in the proper fashion. We're talking about maybe what we ate over the weekend. So, Chad Daddy, the reins are yours, brother. How
Well,
was your weekend?
It wasn't too bad, this past week. Of course, obviously, it was New Year's, and like a typical old
Yes, it was.
person, like a typical old person, we stayed home and watched the ball drop with the kids. Let's see what else. Also, we were gonna take the kids out to Applebee's like on Thursday. My mother-in-law's like, "Hey, Gene, what's up, buddy?" My mother-in-law's like, "Hey, we'll take the kids for a few days." I'm like, "Well, shit, yeah, all right, go for it." So we had a couple days without the kids. Yeah.
That's fantastical.
Hell
So me
yeah.
and the wife Me and the wife went out, did a little bit of shopping, went out and got some Chipotle, which I've never had it before until last week.
I've
so
never also had Chipotle, and we actually have one in Auburn now too. I should try
it
it out.
was
It's
really
pretty good.
fucking
Yeah.
good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
yeah. Yeah, I'd definitely go there again. So we did that. Then this weekend, did the usual bowling and shit like that. It's pretty low key. Oh, I did watch the new Venom movie also.
Save the Last Dance, right? Or The Last Dance,
The
was it? I don't fucking
The
know.
last- I wish it was Save the Last Dance.
It should have been Save the Last. No.
Dude, I like to Save the Last Dance, but it was all right.
I haven't even watched the second one, so I have no opinion on that. As
I haven't
only
watched
had
any
the
of
first
them, to
one.
be
So.
honest with you.
It's about on par with the second one. I love the first one.
First one was all right.
Oh, I thought it gets better with more viewings.
I would say I've only watched it once, so maybe I gotta get
I
another.
watched it again.
All right.
I've always liked Venom as a character, even though they kind of did him wrong. But I'm cool with it.
See, I think that's where I'm still like disdained by it, dude. Because I'm just like, no, this is not how Venom fucking comes into the.
I guarantee your first exposure to Venom was probably Spider-Man the Animated Series.
More than likely, or maybe been comics from the '80s, because my old man had
Hi,
to watch
Mike.
some shit. So,
My cousin's on tonight with Gene.
what's
as
up,
well.
Mike?
Hey, Mike. So yeah, and like I said, it was all right. Nothing superb, but I enjoyed it. Oh, and I forgot. Did I mention that my wife got me the Avatar video game?
Yes. How was it? You said you didn't try it
Yeah.
last time when you told us about it.
Yes.
It's actually pretty fun. I'm really enjoying it.
I heard it looks beautiful.
It does.
PS5, you got it for, right?
Yeah, PS5.
Word.
But I'm having fun with it, and then I'm sitting there playing it. And like, now I kind of want to watch the sequel because I never bothered watching it. I looked it up; it's on Disney Plus. It is 3 fucking hours and 12 minutes long.
Wait, sequel.
I'm good. Avatar 2 it just came
Yeah.
out a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Like right
I
after
guess-
COVID.
I'm like, if I watch that, it's gonna take a couple nights to sit through that.
I have not even watched the first one.
Yeah, neither have I.
Saw the
By the way,
first one once in a theater.
This was James Cameron.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why I was
His
like.
name is James Cameron.
but I'll give it a shot. The game's pretty fun. So it makes me
3
fun.
hours though. That is that's
3
an
hours plus. Yeah,
That's an
investment.
investment, right? Like 100%. But at least at home
That's
you can
high man money.
At least at home you could pause it to go to the bathroom and stuff. So
I could
there's
pause to go to
always-
the bathroom. I could shut it off, turn it on a couple hours later, and finish it. If I need to take a nap or anything.
Yeah,
You ever get that itch where you're like, you play the game and then you're like, man, I want to watch the IP. I want to watch the IP that I'm playing, right? But then you start watching it and you're like, well, fuck, now I want to just go back to play the fucking game. You almost need just 2 setups, right? Like you need to watch it while you're fucking playing at the same time. Just to fucking, yeah. Happens all the time. But no, that's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
But that's really about it. It's been pretty calm and quiet around here. Nothing a whole lot's going on. So I'll just pass the reins on to Bobby.
Bobby.
So yeah, it is New Year's. Game wise, real quick, John, I did get the Retro Realms, the Halloween and Ash.
Fuck yeah, dude. I was just playing that today, too.
I started playing it before this past weekend. Yeah, that shit's fun. I could play that shit for forever.
Yo, here's the only thing that is infuriating with that game, and it's nothing bad on the game, right? This is just
Right.
me being spoiled by new age gaming. This is when it's retro, bro. It's retro. So you
Yeah.
could be almost near the end of the fucking level, die, and you have
And
to
you gotta go.
start at the very fucking beginning of that level. And that is the most infuriating fucking shit. Because you'll do that maybe 2-3 times most, and you're like, all right, I'm fucking done. Like, you're
Yeah,
like, nope,
yeah. The
I'm
third
fucking
time you're
done.
like,
I'll go back.
fuck this.
Yep.
Give up. I had enough. I'll be back on in 20 minutes to try it again.
Yeah, no,
Um,
100%. Nice, dude. I'm glad you got that. That's awesome.
I did. But other than that, the weekend was I'm
Brody.
gonna say okay because on what was it, Thursday, Rebecca's sister's dog got loose when they were out shopping,
Oh shit.
and he's still missing. We went searching for him on Friday, and then pretty much the whole family and we were out searching Saturday night trying to find him. They had a sighting yesterday in a spot where he was, so now there's a trap and food for him, a trap that just gets him in there so we could get him home. But yeah, he's been missing for the past now 3-4 days. So we're just trying to get him home. So that's what most of the weekend consisted of. We just want him home safely and everything. So that was what I did Saturday. And then Sunday, I just watched football at my brother's house, getting updates on him. But that was literally it. So we're just hoping he gets into the trap safely, and because he's got spotted now twice.
Oh, that's
What's
good.
good?
So we know he's in the spot where like the food is and everything. He's got to get hungry enough to get in the trap.
I'm
So
sure
what?
you guys have, but did you put any like articles of clothing out there of like the owners or anything like that?
Well,
Like in the midst of that?
as far as I know, at first they didn't, because we didn't exactly know where he was.
Yeah,
But
that's
now,
fair.
But now that we do, they just put the food out because they can smell the food.
So what kind of dog is he?
Oh God, he's a 4-way mix. I couldn't even give you all the names. It's on my Facebook. Cute little dog. He is a very cute little dog, but he's fast. So we're just hoping that he gets caught in the trap soon, so we can get him home. It all happened within a span of literally 30 seconds, and he darted across the highway. So
No shit.
But as of right now, like I said, he's in an area where we do know where he is, and now it's on dog time. So now we're just hoping he gets in there safely. But we just want him to come home safely. So that was the majority of my weekend. But hey, we just want him home safely. So that's
Nice.
all I got. That's all I got. John?
Well, let's see. First, I'm going to say I know Scuba's watching because he sent a picture. So what up,
I
Scuba?
saw that.
Also, homie, if you're watching and listening, make sure your thing's on your page is public, because it's obviously shared to your page too. And I know sometimes it switches. So let's see. What did I do this weekend? Saturday, I went to my cousin's child's 1-year birthday. I was just like, yeah, usually I don't do that shit, but I like my cousins a lot. So I was just like, fuck yeah, man, I'll come down and support you and shit. So did that shindig, brought the grandma. She stayed the whole time. So like I brought wife and kid back after like 2 hours, because it was like a 3-hour shindig. And then came back and got grandma so she can, fucking enjoy her time out, seeing she's in her 90s and doesn't get out too much. That being said, and then Sunday, I fucking worked, man. So I didn't do much this weekend, obviously the normal gaming Friday and Saturday night a little bit. New Year's, like Chad Daddy said, man, you know what? I can't even blame age, man. I've never done shit for New Year's. I don't fucking care. Never cared about it in a million years. I think one or two times at most, dude, I maybe either did a little party or went to a party. And I remember the first one I went to, I got there late because I was working. So I got there at 11:30. Everybody was already thrashed. And I was like, yeah, nah, dude, this is not fun at all.
Oh my God. Okay.
But no, man. So it was a pretty fucking just chill day, whatever. I'm sad that I'm off Christmas vacation, back to the normal grind, but it is what it is. Got to make that money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay too, right? I got to make that money because I buy things like this for myself because I'm an asshole. But sometimes you got to treat yourself. So I did pick up Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection today, like the Chad Daddy got for Christmas. You know what? I understand I'm late on a lot of things, dude. But for some reason, if you didn't know, because I just learned it today, Target price matches a lot of shit, and they will straight up price match Amazon. So that's fucking awesome. This shit was on sale on Amazon for like $32 right now, where it's $50 everywhere else. So
Nice.
yeah,
Oh.
save myself a little money there.
Wife got it for $40, so yeah, you got a pretty good deal.
Fucking right, dude. When I saw it on Amazon, I hate ordering from Amazon, dude. I really do. I try to still go to physical stores. I know it's fucking very old school of me and shit, but I'm like, no, I can go to the store now and get it now if it's there, right? And sometimes I'll even pay the difference. But if they're gonna fucking price match that bitch, then fuck yeah, all day long, right?
Dude, speaking of, we went to Target when we were out and about Thursday, and our Target, it's about a 45-minute drive, no movies whatsoever now. It is gone.
Oh my god!
Oh my
hold on.
Jesus Christ!
Excuse me, hold on. All right. So from Mr. Brody Kane, fun fact: He hates New Year's, but one Christmas Eve, he was so drunk that he pooped the bathtub. And yes, this is a true story. I mean, who hasn't been so drunk that they've, accidentally pissed or pooped something, right?
I don't think I've ever been so drunk that I pooped myself.
Yeah.
There's probably.
Not poop, but definitely sometimes the piss happens. At least
no. I've been so drunk where I'm puking it up. That's about it.
I feel like the only time it ever happened to me was when I was already giving somebody shit for doing it, and then it happened, and I was like, "Well, fuck me, dude. That was
karma."
That was a bad night, though. That was almost an entire 30 rack of fucking Coors, man. That was just not. Whew. But no, man, it was like I said, man. I'm fucking back to work, so normal grind, and I am done talking about myself. I am ready to talk about this motherfucking movie. And that is, once again, 1998's Blade. It is a scuba pick. We do not have scuba. So, Chad Daddy, you want to do plot rundown? I'll take your spot.
Give me a second.
You're fine. Oh, did I miss something in the chat? Hold on. Oh, wait. Let me pull up Brody's other comment here. Sorry. I had to nurse it back. Bro, why didn't you should have got a little like fishnet or something, man? Like little screen, maybe.
God.
I mean, you got to figure he's got to do it, right?
It's Mr. Hanky, the Christmas
just use a fucking like a pasta pot. Just don't tell your mom. Just make sure you clean it after.
Oh my god!
Scoop knows somebody who pissed in a hotel dresser when they were drunk. Jesus. Like, that didn't happen down when we were in PA, and I'm just forgetting about it or something, did I? I don't think so.
I don't think
so. I hope not. I don't know. Cameron might have been a little wily that weekend. I don't know.
No, he just double clogged the toilet because.
Yeah, that's not even. I don't even know what you would call that. That's not a double decker. That's like a fucking. I mean, I guess it kind of is.
That's a double clogger.
Fucking right. Anyways, Chad Daddy, plot rundown.
So, we're here to talk about Blade. It's released August 21st, 1998. Imbued with the cursed gift of immortality, the invincible half-human, half-vampire hybrid Blade embarks on an endless mission to rid humankind of the bloodsuckers that infest the earth. Yeah. Suppressing his feral thirst for human blood, the preternatural Daywalker crosses paths with the megalomaniac vampire Deacon Frost, whose ambitious plans threaten to end the world as we know it. Now, Blade and his loyal mentor, Whistler, seem to have met their match. Can they put an end to Deacon's nightmarish scheme? Directed by Stephen Norrington, Death Machine, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Written by David S.
Movie.
It's all right. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's a guilty pleasure. I'm not going to say it's a good movie.
No,
it's one of those like, bro, that is a peak mid rainy Saturday, man. Like, that is a great fucking movie for that shit.
Yeah. So written by David S. Goyer, Demonic Toys, and Dark City, and produced by Peter Frankfurto, Lethal Weapon 2, Juice, Robert Engelman, The Mask, Mortal Kombat, and the man himself, Wesley Snipes, The Big Hit, and Future Sport.
Nice. Bobby!
Starring, who's this? Wesley Snipes, Demolition Man. Oh, great movie.
Fantastic movie.
Dude, they got, what is it, Arrow? I forget who's doing it. They got a big release coming for it, or it's out.
Really?
It's out. It's out.
Yeah, I gotta order it myself. Anyway. And Deadpool Wolverine as Eric Brooks Blade.
You know, I just gotta say, I was surprised to see him because I thought he was, retired,
but he's not. He's back in action.
He wanted his job. Stephen Dorff, The Gate, Leatherface as Deacon Frost. Chris Christopherson, Big Top Pee-wee, Planet of the Apes as Abraham Whistler. I'm going to go Bush Wright.
Bushy White.
Bushy.
Bush. Take the E out. Dead Presidents, Fresh as Dr. Karen Jensen. Donald Logue, Ghost Rider, Shark Knight as Quinn, Udo Kier, Blood Rain, Puppet Master, The Littlest Right as
Louis Reich.
Reich. I forgot the CH.
It's all good.
As
Reich.
Gaetano Dragonetti, Arlie Jover, Vampires Los Muertos, horrible movie. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo as Mercury. Tracy Lords, Educating Mandy. The Pleasure Party as Raquel. Did I say something wrong there?
Tracy Lords. Why do I know that name?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
Okay, I have to say it just because the movies that I have her listed for,
Don't say it.
those are two of the porn movies she did when she was underage.
Oh my God.
Didn't they make a big thing about her on South Park?
Yep.
That's why. Okay. That's
Yeah, she did a shit ton of porn movies before she was legal, and now that they're all off the market, you can't get them now. But
interesting.
I had
I was like, why is he laughing? I'm like, I didn't pronounce it right.
Oh, Scuba said it was his ex-wife. Right in the drawer with the
Oh.
Bible in it. Bro, she pissed on the Bible?
That's pretty
Oh.
bad.
Oh
That's like straight to hell. I don't even know if confession
Oh.
would take care of that, bro.
no!
I don't
that's
know.
bad,
Even
that's
community
bad.
service is questionable. Anyway,
Hey, bro.
Kevin Patrick Walls, Scream Soul Keeper as Officer Krieger, Tim Guinea, Vampires, Iron Man as Dr. Curtis Webb, and Sana, I'm gonna go with that. Lathan, Alien vs. Predator, The Cleveland Show as Vanessa Brooks. Total body count 88.
Sweet.
No, I didn't
Oh,
count them all. I got that off of IMDb. There was just way too many, and it happened too fast to count them all.
So
that
wait.
kind of sounds like it'd be right too.
Yeah, especially the nightclub scene alone.
Oh, fucking A, bro. So Tracy Lords, was she the blonde, skinny one that was like all like cracked out?
She was the redhead at the beginning that took the guy.
Oh, she was the okay. I think she was supposed to be like Russian or something. Okay, I got you. All right, I will take over for Chad Eddie Sweat. Music by Mark Isham, Point Break and Fire in the Sky, both great movies. Cinematography by Theo Van de Sande, Little Nicky, and Grown Ups. Wow, way two different genres of like.
Jesus.
All right. Edited by Paul Rubel, Transformers and Thor. Effects and makeup by Lou Carlucci, Lord of Illusion and Idle Hands. Distributed by New Line Cinema. Runtime of 120 minutes. Rating of R. Budget 45 million and grossed $131.2 million. Fucking A, dude. So it did solid.
Yes, it did.
I
It was
love
very
that.
successful.
I love that it's probably one of the only Marvel superheroes that's by New Line and will only be the only one made by New Line Cinema.
Wow. Yeah. At that. So I gotta say, man, like I remember when this movie first fucking came out, dude, and I was all about it. I never got to see it in theaters because I was 13 at the time and nobody would take me. But as soon as that bitch hit fucking VHS, man, I got it to my aunt to rent it for me one time when I was over at her house. And then she bought it for me for my birthday, which my old man was pissed. He's like, "You can't own a rated R movie." And I was like, "Yes, I can. Why not?" He's like, "I haven't approved it yet." And I was like, "That's badass. I've already watched it." That was a whole fucking, yeah.
See, I always have to laugh when I hear stories like that because my parents didn't really give a shit what we watched.
It
My
happened
dad
to me with the
didn't care.
horror.
My dad didn't necessarily care if I watched rated R movies as long as he kind of like scoped them out first because he wasn't wanting me to watch some like graphic sex scenes, even though I already had at that point anyway. So I was like, "Dad, we watched Predator 2. That's got chicks just throwing her tits right up in the fucking window and a fucking flash like pop, 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 like pulling."
It keeps getting closer.
Yeah, you're just like, "What am I seeing?" Oh, damn.
I went through it a little bit when I was starting my horror journey with my mom, and then it faded away real fast.
Honestly, I think it was this kind of movie that was like the thing that broke the camel's back. And then after that, he's just like, "Yeah, I don't care anymore. Then whatever." Because he watched this movie and he was like, "Oh, that was awesome." And it
There you go.
Yeah, but no, I remember this movie coming out at a time when superhero movies themselves, from what we knew, like what we've had prior, they weren't doing so hot, right?
No,
Like
they weren't.
we're at Batman and Robin level
Yes.
at this point.
Yeah.
Shit's not looking good. We never got our fucking, you know what I mean? Ninja Turtles is kind of crapped out. They're by 95. You know, there's nothing really else around this wheel well.
Yeah, you had Batman and Robin and Steel.
Yeah, and Steel was garbage too.
Yeah.
So sorry, Shaq. I love Shaq, but that movie was fucking atrocious.
Yeah, the very slim pickings as far as like any kind of superhero / comic book movie. That was at this point it was still like an untapped resource. Like people didn't.
This
They were
is
just kind of
where-
testing waters, and this was around the time when they'd been trying for years and years and years to get a Spider-Man movie made. And at
So
one point, James Cameron was supposed to make it.
I
Which would have been
could be
interesting.
completely wrong on the timing of this, but I can only speak for myself, and I'm sure maybe a bunch of people my own age. I was personally introduced by Blade per the Spider-Man show on Fox, right?
Mhm.
Fox definitely was reigning supreme with Spider-Man and X-Men, and then we also had Iron Man around that time and Incredible Hulk. I think those might have been on different ones, but like that's the only like caliber of superhero that we could really get that was decent at that time. So the fact that we not only actually got a grounded, gritty, rated R fucking superhero movie out of nowhere, dude, but we got a character that hardly a lot of people, unless you're a real deep nerd, didn't even fucking know about,
Right.
which is awesome.
Now, see, my first exposure to him actually was in the comics at
Oh,
the time
nice.
when it came. At the time when it came out, and not, I mean, before this came out, like when I was in high school and I was reading like Ghost Rider, and he popped up in a crossover in the Ghost Rider comics, and then he eventually got his own title with. No, he didn't get his own title yet. I'm thinking Morbius, but he got his. He was in called like the Darkhold Redeemers, where he was teamed up with. Actually, one of his teammates was Hannibal King, who actually is played by Ryan Reynolds in Blade Trinity.
Yes, he is.
Which
Fucking
was my first introduction to the character. I had never seen this movie before
That-
today.
blows my mind, dude. Like
I
I
know.
almost feel bad for you that you watched the third one first. And I like the third one. Don't get me wrong.
But it
Well,
is the
it was
shittiest
also-
of the three.
Yeah.
But listen,
well,
the reason why I watched it was because it came out at a time where Jessica Biel, Chainsaw was just coming out. This came out not long. That one came out not long after, at the same time. So I'm like, oh, well, okay.
nice. Oh, so even Scuba got the censoring from Dad back in the day during Purple Rain.
I'm pretty sure my parents really never censored anything we watched. They didn't care.
No.
They watched most of it with us. Hell, my dad took us to see Beverly Hills Cop when I was like 7, 8 years old.
See, yeah, my parents weren't. They were a little way more strict than that. But no, man, I remember seeing this movie the first time as a kid, dude. It was fucking. I was instantly like, oh, dude, you know, like, dude, 13, you're fucking doing ninja kicks in the fucking living room after this shit. There's no way you're not. You're finding anything that's like a ninja weapon at that point, bow staff, whatever, just fucking doing cool shit. This movie was fucking fantastic. It hit the mark, dude. It was badass. It came in. It was fast. It was nasty. Had great fucking music. Cool new hero that nobody ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's also not like nowadays where it feels like it's a forced thing. It just was.
Right.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
not going to try to go deep into that. That's what it was. You know what I mean? This movie was fan-fucking-tastic, dude. On top of, now this was a first kind of its time, but I want superheroes to not necessarily have this structure, but be allowed to do their own thing within their movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've gotten to a point nowadays where things are just too like cookie cutter, and it's like, nah,
it's too
man,
structured.
this doesn't feel like any other fucking Marvel movie, right? Like,
No.
so, and I don't know. It was great rewatching it, dude. I probably haven't rewatched.
Holy
this movie
shit,
in like
Heather's
2 years.
here.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Heather?
Heather, what's going on?
Long time no see, miss. Well,
Yeah.
obviously in here. So, but I've talked enough. You guys go ahead, Bob. You said this was your first fucking watch, bro.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
right
great.
on.
Intrigued to hear your thoughts.
Well, I mean, first, I mean, obviously, I know who Blade was. Like I said, I saw the third one. Excuse me. But now that I got to watch this one, I missed out watching it earlier in my life. That's for sure. Because it also, I agree with you 100%. Where you say like this, not this whole structure, but Marvel characters need something like this at least somewhere in their story. This kind of a movie needs to happen from most of them because I love the Avengers, I like Iron Man, I like Captain America, I like all that, but I could tell you the ending of the movie, and the movie didn't even start yet. I could tell you what's going to happen in the middle, and I could tell you how it's going to begin. I didn't know how this was going to begin, and fucking 10 minutes in, motherfucker, you serious? Like, it was Wesley Snipes being Blade. He was badass. He kicked ass. There was some good gore in it. It was great. I loved that he was explained, but he wasn't over explained. This is what happened. Here it is. There's no serum. I'm like, I love that it was straightforward, but you still had that little bit of deepness to it with him acting. You could see it in his eyes. You could see it in his face. Overall, this was such a fun movie. The only bad takeaway I had from it, it was 1998, of course, was the CGI.
Yeah, and I feel like that's going to be always the most obvious for probably anybody watching.
That's the only thing that I wish they would do now. I don't know how they would, but go back and fine tune that, like
remaster it.
Yeah, because it looks too. That's the only part that looks like cartoony. It just looks too like they were trying way too hard with the CGI. Other than that, I enjoyed the fucking living hell out of this movie.
And honestly, I wish they could do that with a lot of movies where they can go back and polish up the CGI.
Yeah, it would make it look better.
Yes.
100%.
What would you say, George Lucas it a little bit?
No. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go that far. Just clean it up a little bit. Make it look at least a little more realistic.
Like, so, and not to try to like talk about the second movie or anything like that, but watching this, I had such a high from watching this last night that I was like, yeah, bro, I gotta watch the second one today. So I started that shit. And the second one, I think, was 2002. So you got a decent little gap in between there, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying there's not wonky CGI in that movie, too. There is. But the vampires, I'm assuming like one thing that you're talking about is like just the vampires exploding in general, right, Bob? Like, just it looks, the skeletons look very just, you could overly tell they're CG, right? Like,
there's not even
like you said, cartoony. Like,
well, even when they figure out how to basically explode the heads, the best.
Oh yeah, that too.
But the best example of that was in the hallway leading to the room before he sees his mom again. That was the best looking one. There you could see that was a mix of practical and CGI.
Tim Keegan, Tim's here.
Hey, Tim.
What's up, homie? How you doing?
But it's like, I wish you didn't overly CGI that because it looked like it could have been a great effect without it. Plus,
Brody's right. There is a deleted scene that looks like garbage.
It was the original ending. I don't think they ever really even finished the effects of it.
No, I think that's why.
Plus, the one thing that also bothered me again with the exploding heads, the blood stayed two in one spot. It's all continuity errors with me with this movie. I'm like, if that whole thing, especially at the end where he explodes with like 7 of those in him, I'm like, most of that would be covered in blood, not just the floor.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing, but I think he would also be covered in that a little bit. But the way they shoot it, it's like huge. It's like Ghostbusters logic, which is almost kind of funny, right? Like huge explosion, but then he's just there like, but nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But no, like honestly, like I said, I don't have anything bad to say other than that. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. It was great. Everybody played their parts well. I loved it.
So, Chad Daddy, obviously, not your and I's first viewing by any fucking means.
No, it's my first viewing in a very long time, though, and I was a little skeptical to watch it again because my coworker Brandon, only because my coworker Brandon told me he watched it recently and he didn't think that it held up to his standards as to the way he remembered it, and I have to wholeheartedly disagree with that.
I would say, yeah,
it still held up extremely well. It's still a very fun movie to watch. I mean, it's it's a late 90s action horror movie. It has a superhero in it. And I would say that this is definitely, you can definitely lead everything back to and thank New Line for making Blade, because without it, we would not have the superhero boom that we had. Because
Fuck no.
without the success of Blade, X-Men wouldn't have gotten made.
X-Men, Spider-Man.
Yep.
You know, like you're all right in that 2000s 99 era, dude. That's just where it really pops. And yeah, man. Damn, Brody says he watches this 5 to 7 times a year. I cannot attest to that, homie. But that is
well. I think we know which way his review is going to skew.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, I have never, you know, knock on wood, not that I've talked to like everybody everywhere, but I've never really heard a bad review of this movie.
Yeah, nobody's like, oh, fuck that Blade movie. I hate that.
What? Movie. Blade? That movie fucking sucked ass. What? We talking about the same fucking movie, dude? No, man.
Yeah, I can say again, haven't watched it, but yeah, I've never heard anything bad about it.
But no, it is a late 90s, but dude, I don't know, man. Watching it, it's a solid fucking film. It's got a solid structure. There's a lot of awesome choreographed fight scenes, and they're real fight scenes. They're not overly CGI'd or anything like that to what we're used to now. You know what I mean? So maybe it seems a little bit slower here and there. We get some, obviously. Yeah, I would say, like Bob said, the CGI is the biggest thing that holds this movie back for the time. But
yes.
That being said, the rest of the movie is so good and so solid that it doesn't fucking matter, right? Like it's just you're like, I honestly don't even care. The movie's badass. Like it's even the first time you see that first cartoony skeleton explode in the dance club, you might be like taking a jar, but the scene is still badass and it's got badass music fucking pumping, and you're still just like right back into it, dude, because you're like, oh, this is fucking sweet. And I gotta say, man, this is probably one of the best openings of a film that I have seen in my entire life, dude. Like,
definitely,
as far as bringing it right in, like, especially, you know, like I always cite Friday 13th 09 as a great like cold open, but that's elongated, right? We got to wait a long time to even get to that. That's fucking title card.
That's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, maybe even almost 20, dude. It's But this one, man, this one brings you right fucking into it right from the get-go. And
exactly, because you don't know what's happening. You know, you see some hot girl taking a guy to a club, you know, everything seems all cool and everything, then all of a sudden, like, blood just starts pouring down on everything. You're taking everybody, like, I remember the first time watching it, I was just as surprised as the character was. And then, you know, it says blood back, and then you see all these fucking vampires everywhere.
And then no, go ahead, John.
No, I was gonna say, like, I usually don't care for vampires. I know I've said that many times on the show. It's kind of a boring creature idea for me. You know what I mean? But with what a lot of media has done, like, that would be a fucking scary situation, dude. Like, to me, ravenous vampires are always way more scary to me, right? Stake land style, things like that. Yeah, they're not at this level, but they are there. Like, if Blade wasn't there, that dude would be literally ripped to fucking shreds at a certain point.
Oh,
like, and
I love his introduction.
And they look scary, dude. Like, I would say they like that, like, oh my God, like I'm terrified. But you know what I mean? Like, how they're all covered in blood and just like they're doing like the quick like faces where you can like actually see all their fangs and shit. Like, I don't know, it makes them feel terrifying or scary, I would say. For what it should be.
And I love how it all stops and they all part way and Blade is introduced. I'm like, oh, I love his introduction. And he didn't do a fucking thing yet.
That's because he was just standing right at the grate to where he only got like 2 drops of blood on his shoes.
Yeah.
And he was like completely clean.
I'm like, yo, that's badass.
And dude, it's just, this movie's just awesome. Dude, it's got great fucking fight scenes, man. Like, obviously, we know Wesley Snipes has, I think he's fully black belt. I don't know what degree, but like he's
real life or
yeah, no, he's fully practiced martial arts now. I mean, even Demolition Man, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's like he's a 5th degree black belt.
Dude, I would love to see Wesley Snipes fighting Michael Jai White.
Oh man.
That would be
But like, what kind of movie are we talking? Are we talking like Black Dynamite style kind of movie, or are we talking like legit action? Like,
I want like legit action, like Expendables kind of shit going on.
yeah. That would
I'm
be
sad
good.
that we never got Michael Jai White as our actual like Jackson Mortal Kombat, man. That motherfucker would have been great. So sad he was not used. No, that would be fantastic, dude. Let's get a fucking all black Avengers, bro. Let's just go. Who would Michael Jai White be like for a good superhero, dude? Would he be Black Lightning?
Different universe.
Oh, that's DC.
That's DC.
Marvel.
Let's see.
That'd be a good thought.
The Blue Marvel.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, perfect.
The Blue Marvel is basically a combination of like Superman and with basically the intelligence of Reed Richards.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, Blue Marvel's badass.
This makes me want to fucking watch Demolition Man right now. Jesus Christ,
dude. Well, that's just because Wesley Snipes is fantastic.
I know, but I hear the one-liner in my head, and I hear him go, "Hey, who's that over there? Is that John Spartan? Oh, no shit."
See, I think Demolition Man, it's just like, he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. Like, that is always the line that comes to my fucking head.
That's everybody thinks that. He doesn't know how to use 3 seashells.
Ooh, Brody says Luke Cage. I actually like the dude that they got to play Luke Cage in the series. I thought he did pretty solid. But no, man, this movie, like I said, regardless of shitty 90s, late 90s CGI, this movie still solidly holds up. All the actors bring it. I think the cinematography is cool. One thing I would definitely like to it's the style of the car chases that they do in this movie with the weird sped up footage. I don't know what it is about it. I fucking love it. Kind of reminds me of like OG Terminator a little bit because there's a couple scenes where they do that.
Yeah, it's a little sped up and
it's not as fast, but this one just like I don't know, man. It feels very comic bookish, I guess, the way like you would draw.
Yeah,
like somebody driving in a car. You know what I mean? Like that's how.
Yeah.
You know, you get the random like just it wasn't needed, but the random vampire feeding on a girl in the corner, like just to still throw it in, like that they're all throughout the city. And shit. Like man, there's just I don't know. I have nothing bad to really say about this fucking movie.
I also want to get again, everybody did great, but his old sidekick, man, that guy was
Whistler?
badass. Whistler. I loved him. Whistler was great.
He's fantastic, dude. And I think I would say even that scene, dude, where he ends up like, you know he's dying, like pretty sad scene. I wouldn't say like I don't know anybody that's like, man, I legitimately cried at that scene. Maybe you did. I don't fucking know. But
there's a funny note in my behind the scenes that when they were filming that scene, Wesley Snipes couldn't stop from laughing every time they tried to film it.
That's probably why you like had to like they were like just do something. He's like, all right, I'm gonna clean him off, like just to pay attention. Hold on, wait a minute. The chat's popping off here. What's Brody say? They found a naked frozen Stallone prop from the Demolition Man in some thrift shop in Australia last year. It's haunting. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I kind of want to see that.
I hate to even ask this. But the question is it just like a nude Stallone? Or is he
you want to know if it's anatomically correct?
I kind of do.
Go ahead and say it.
Does he have a dick? Or is he a Ken doll? He's just a giant Stallone Ken doll.
Going
and
on?
Is it accurate?
Oh, like does it curve to the left and have a little bit of a
Does it have a draw to it? Oh
well, yes.
God.
So Scoobs is saying pure 90s cheese car chase, dude. Steve cried. Hey, that's fine, man. I'm glad, as long as it's emotionally stunting to somebody, that means it did its job.
It's true.
But no, it was still a solid scene, right? Like you just know like he is the father figure, and it's just like, fuck, dude. But now, the leash is off, so it's just he's gonna go fucking ham. I don't know, man. I mean, is there anything specific you guys want to say? I know I'm only just gonna say good stuff about it all. So if not, I can bring in Scubas and we can hear what Scubas has to say about this.
Yeah, let's hear what Scuba has to say.
So we got two different videos.
We can always feed off of that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. just give me 1 second here. I got to just remove this and pull up Mr. Vasquez. But no, man, I'm trying to think of other scenes cinematically. Oh, you know what we never even did talk about, and we should, is the fat Asian fucking vampire.
Oh my
that's
God.
like,
Oh god, the Jabba the Hutt.
yeah.
That was-
What was his name? Pearl?
Earl.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that scene was
that
always
was-
so gross and just disgusting.
just like when he walks in, he goes,
Yeah, like you could smell him before you see him, dude. That's not a good fucking thing, bro.
no.
But at the same time, like, given like how Wesley Snipes looks at the character while she's burning him alive, you almost feel like, wonder if he feels sympathetic for him or not.
Oh my God.
What did you
Oh.
find the photo? Oh, of naked Stallone.
Oh.
I was like, what are we talking about here? Okay.
Oh.
Let me pull up Mr. Vasquez. Sorry, I know I'm slacking here. I had it and then I lost it.
Dear God.
All right, here we go, boys.
This is an emergency alert message. This is not a test. This warning is for the following area: states located on the east coast of the United States and surrounding areas. A viral outbreak has occurred. It is highly contagious and lethal. Please stay in your homes and do not panic. If you come into contact with a sick individual, please call the Centers for Disease Control immediately and quarantine individuals who
fuck are you
present
sending us,
symptoms.
Steve?
Symptoms
Jesus
include but are
Christ.
not limited to
Oh my God. He's shit everywhere.
There's shit everywhere! Damn it! There's shit on the windows! Oh my
What
God!
is that from?
My house is full of shit! He shit everywhere! Look what he did! He shit all over the wall!
I feel like dying. I feel like only once the drugs are done.
What's up,
I
Scubas?
feel
Oh my God.
I
Is
feel
that Ghostbusters pajamas?
I think so. It looks like a onesie.
Hey guys, what's up? Lord Scuba Copper here, and I know I should be on the show. It's my pick. We ended 2024 with the Scuba Pig. We're starting 2025 with the Scuba Pig, and unfortunately, I started 2025 with a fucking stomach bug that has been kicking my ass
There's shit everywhere!
for the last 3 days. I was feeling a little bit better, so I thought I was gonna be able to jump on, but I ate some food and it just did not sit right. So unfortunately, I will not be able to be on, as you can tell. So thank you boys for keeping the ball rolling and making this 2025 a great start. So today we are discussing the movie Blade, and this was my pick. And Blade was just one of those fun movies that I remember it came out and I was so stoked that we were getting like a comic book flick, a movie that, you know, Blade was always one of my favorite comic books, even though, you know, he was a lot different in the comics than he was in the movie. But this adaptation of Blade that we got on film with Wesley Snipes was very cool, and it was almost, you know, kind of a gothic film, but not really gothic. It just blended the movie and comic book universes so well. And it was just always a great movie. I love the storyline. I love anything vampires. I love anything vampires when it has a good story. I'm looking at you, Nosferatu. Fuck you.
I enjoyed that film.
But
Shots fired.
it's just always one of those movies that I've loved. And, you know, we got Wesley Snipes' big return in Deadpool and Wolverine. And
Spoilers.
I just feel like this is just such a fun movie. The soundtrack's absolutely amazing from the start of the movie all the way to the end. It's just got these great techno beats to it, which I'm not really a big techno fan, but I hear this soundtrack and it makes me, you know,
You got to bounce
kill
along
some
with it.
vampires.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Had this whole thing planned where I was gonna have my blade sword and wear my little tiny glasses.
I'm saying nobody came out with glasses today,
Unfortunately,
dude.
I wasn't able to do it for you guys.
I don't even own a pair of
just here in my
sunglasses.
Ghostbusters onesie because I have
I mean,
not like-
clothes.
I own
for
glasses,
the
but
last
not like
3
that.
days.
Oh, you know what?
But yeah, back to the film. I think the only downfall to this movie is the CGI did not hold up well at all.
No.
I think the story and the tone held up very well.
I love,
But the CGI is in
when
certain
Scoob
scenes,
moves his
especially
head a
like during
certain
the
way, the
final
top
battle
of his
with
hair
Lamagra,
merges
it just
with the top of Blade's head.
it wasn't
It's
it.
perfect.
It made it too cartoony. It made it look kind of goofy, and it
I got these
totally
glasses.
took me out of the film. Now, I still love this movie with all my heart. I love this movie, but the CGI just it irked me so bad. It was just so bad. And I remember watching it the first time in theaters, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome! This is so great! It was so cool!" And it did not hold up. But it's an enjoyable ride, even if the CGI, you know, if anything, it shows just how far we have come with comic book movies when it comes to the CGI. So I will say that this movie, Blade, is probably a 90s quintessential film. Like, it is one of those must-watch movies of the 90s. If you think otherwise, hey, that's on you. I enjoyed this movie very much. While it is not the perfect movie, it did give us our path towards the MCU. So I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 5.
He does change it in the chat.
He changed it to 4.8. Yeah.
Hope you guys have a good show. Love you guys. Peace.
He shit everywhere! Look what he did! He shit all over the wall!
What
Fucking
the fuck
Bob
is that
Saget. I don't know, but it's Bob Saget. Bob Saget.
Hey, John, we can't hear you. I think you.
Yes, I did. Sorry. Thank you, Scubas, for that.
Hey, John,
solid.
by chance, are those the same sunglasses you were wearing that time you guys were teasing me for hating kettle chips?
Possibly.
I think you're wearing those and eating a bag of kettle chips.
Because these are my old timer fucking like hardcore glasses, dude. But I had these for my Doc Ock costume because I was going like old school Doc Ock, you know. And
Hey, kettle cooked chips are
you
the
know what
shit.
the worst part about these glasses are? I actually like them.
What?
Like I wore them for a while, and my wife's just like,
Gene,
"You cannot wear senior citizen sunglasses." I was like, "Who says I can't?"
Gene mentioned something. So this friend of ours, his name's Chris Shropshire, says he dresses exactly like Blade. Okay, so he was like 16 or 17 at the time this movie came out, and worked at the local movie theater with a bunch of friends of ours. And when this came out, like, he was all about Blade. He was dressing like Blade. He was carrying his katana everywhere. And the one time when he worked during the day and left a note for the people working at night.
Mhm.
And he said, you know, blah, 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 this happened. And he signed the letter as Blade. And we all fucking died.
Oh, you know, I will say I miss a time where you could walk around with the katana. And not be
That's like a
questioned.
dude, like in a real fight, trying to like actually sum up a Kamehameha. Like that's that kind of level almost.
But Chris is a really good guy. He was a really cool dude. So I can't.
Does he still do it?
No.
Did he like stop doing it and then redid it like when Blade 2 came out? Like that would be awesome.
I don't think so.
No, it's just kind of a one and done. You know, man, we all do stupid shit throughout our lives.
Yeah, when you're a teen, you know, whatever. Like I said, you know, when I was around the same time, I was wearing denim jackets and parting my hair in the middle because I wanted to look like Trunks.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we were going around,
and I was like 20.
I say we were going around in fucking middle school saying "suck it" to fucking teachers and shit like that. You know, I mean, whatever. That's what it is.
I did the stone. I was going like this, the Stone Cold, and I also thought my lunchbox was a chainsaw. So hey,
hell yeah,
imagination.
Dude. All right, so Scuba reset that to a 4.8. You said, boys, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's quite a jump from his initial. When he said 4, I was like, wow, that seemed kind of low, almost, especially for him picking it. But sometimes that happens, you know. But that 4.8 could start. All right, we will bring in next our beloved doppelganger Kangabanga.
I'm curious what he has to say. Will his video hold up to Scoob's?
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm assuming Brody's going to say he likes it. if he watches it 5 to 7 times a year.
I would
just gather, but.
Starring the Kangabanger from the land down under. Snip, fucking snip, cunt.
That voice.
Howdy doody there, folks. It's your Kangabanger back for another episode of Gore, and I'm here to give you my score for Blade, a solid 5 out of 5.
Well, then,
That's
all right.
That's it.
That's it. Review over and out. Done. See ya.
I'm waiting for it to be done.
Shit. Well, I'm not really, because obviously, spoiler alert, that's what I'm going to give this fucking film. But I'm also
okay, I did put it in the
why.
calculator. So I was like,
It's a 5 to me, whether it may be these nostalgic glasses that are on my fucking face, but for me personally, it was my introduction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And in saying that, having seen this as a kid for the very first time, I was at that right age of just like taking all these films in. I thought this was the greatest fucking thing I'd ever seen. It made me feel so energetic, just thriving, just wanted to fucking head or whatever it may be, just amp me and pump me up every time. Even now when I watch it, I just get so pumped and motivated. And I think a big thing, obviously, is watching Wesley Snipes and his martial arts on the screen, you know, killing vampires, cutting him up with his fucking sword, whatever it may be, and then incorporate that visual imagery into it with, you know, the subgenre of horror in the film and the soundtrack to this, like that industrial vibe, the feeling to it. It was just so fucking awesome for its time. Even now, I still get giddy watching it. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this is just pure badassery, you know, and it just, it makes me want to fucking like karate kick some fucker in the face.
yeah,
and yet some people will be probably saying, it's all due to nostalgia, and yet that may be so, but it's very rare for me to watch a film over and over again and get that same feeling like I did when I watched it for the first time as a kid. And I will also admit the CGI in this film isn't really the best, but I can push all that shit aside because I am very infatuated with this fucking film. Like, I am just in it. I'm engaged from start to finish. I go up. I'm on constant straight the whole time. And then when the end credits roll, I am down. I'm engaged. I'm not looking at my phone. I watch it from start to finish every goddamn time, even though I know what's going to fucking happen beat after beat. I love the color palette in this film. It's got its cold and harsh blues to set us up in this world of being a vampire where it's cold. They only come out at night, obviously, to make it feel more real in a city for us. And most importantly of all, I don't think you could have casted anyone else better than Wesley Snipes himself. My fucking God, is that man an absolutely tour de force, a powerhouse to be fucking reckoned with in this movie. The way his choreography is throughout his martial arts and his skills with the team and that is absolutely fucking flawless. Just seeing him on screen like being this badass motherfucker from start to finish, it just gives me chills. It gives me absolute chills. And then when he popped up in Deadpool and Wolverine, spoiler alert, I'm not going to lie, I nearly had tears falling out of my goddamn face when I seen that shit. And I was the only one in the cinema that went, yeah! And I look like a fuckhead, but I don't give a shit because that's how much Blade means to me after seeing this film. And when you have an opening scene like the blood rave in this, just the blood rave itself, how creative that is and how it works incredibly perfect to set up and give us this fucking movie. I mean, like, when you watch this scene, you're like, holy fuck, this is the ride we're in for. I'm visually engaged. Like, let's fucking go. Oh my God. Yeah, I want to punch the fuck out of something after seeing that scene. It's a fucking pretty dark movie. Goes to some dark places with the scenes, but makes the film, this is like a perfect superhero horror movie for me. Like, we're getting everything. We're getting gore, we're getting violence, and we're just getting badass motherfucking shit happening left, right, and goddamn center. Also love the direction from Stephen Norrington as into, you know, with these vampires, giving us familiar territory with the OG set of rules while blending in a new set of mixed rules with these vampires and going down the direction of that road and to see how we can defeat them or how they're able to, like, help themselves out or whatever it is they need to do to survive. So I thought that was actually really cool to see what Stephen Norrington was able to do with that. But you get the bloody picture. You understand how much I fucking love this movie. And if you don't, you got rocks in your head because I just rambled on about the fucking thing for a good fucking 4 minutes probably now. So Special shout out to Steve Vasquez for picking this movie. Also, A, I wouldn't have even thought about it, and B, I wanted to get on a plane, kick your door in, and give you a massive hug for picking it. So thank you kindly, sir. You are a gentleman and a goddamn scholar.
Yeah.
All in all, this is your Kangabanger signing out. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the film, and I will catch you mother lickers next week, gentlemen. So cheers and thank you kindly, sirs. Peace out.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Cheers to
Thank you,
brother.
Mr. Brody.
We love you, buddy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Absolutely, 100%.
So Scoobs potentially did another change, but he says it depending on how we fluctuate, he might fluctuate as well. We'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there.
Correct. Yeah, we're not going to jump ahead. All right. So we got all the reviews, pretty much all around. I think everybody really fucking likes it. Bob, I feel like having never seen it, I'm glad to hear your thoughts on it, seeing that it's almost a 30-year-old movie. And yeah.
Gene says now we got to watch the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. Man,
I've never watched that one, dude.
I saw it once a long time ago.
I've seen pictures, but I've
seen
never
the one.
Never watched it.
What was the really good one? Just the part where was it 2000s? Yeah, it had to be 2000s.
The Punisher,
not Warzone. Warzone was the sequel. And
you talk about the one with Thomas Jane?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that was a solid movie.
That's a great one.
Fucking A, dude.
I'd have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I never watched the Lundgren one, dude. So I'd that would be a.
I think that was like 89.
I just feel like that one you'd almost have to really prepare yourself for some fucking heavy cheese because that shit's gonna give you diarrhea maybe a little bit. I don't know. But sometimes it's worth it, right? You never know. All right. That being said, we all like the movie. If there's anything else you boys want to talk about, by all means. If not, the reins are yours, Chad Daddy, and we can hear behind the scenes.
I'd be happy to.
I want to hear that.
When David S. Goyer first pitched the idea of doing a Blade movie, the executives of New Line felt there were only 3 actors who could possibly do the role: Wesley Snipes, Denzel Washington, and Lawrence Fishburne. But in Goyer's mind, Snipes was always the perfect choice for the character of Blade.
I
can't see anyone else doing it. Yeah.
Denzel,
maybe.
Denzel's way.
That's a hard maybe.
They all have the acting chops, right?
They do.
Like I don't want to take.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to take it away from anybody because I mean, bro, it wasn't.
Yeah, agreed.
It was only 1 year after this we got the fucking Matrix, right, dude? And we were all fucking loving Fishburne and that. So, you know, but I don't know, man. Snipes already has the martial arts degree. Mm-hmm. He's already the perfect choice just because of that alone.
Yeah.
And he can act. I wonder what movie they used it to really base that decision on.
I'm telling you, that was Demolition Man.
Demolition Man, you think?
I'll tell you right now.
97? Was that 97?
That was 93.
Demolition Man was 93?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm way the fuck up.
Like,
okay.
Because he did Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, and Dread.
So it wasn't Tu Wong Fu?
No.
Wasn't he in that?
Wait, he wasn't in Dread, was he?
I think he was. Yeah, he was. No, but I'm saying I was going down the list because
you went down Stallone's list. Stallone and
yeah.
What's his name?
God, he did because Stallone was in Cliff. I didn't even fucking notice.
I was like, wait a minute. Even I thought we were going down the wrong list. Wrong list.
I was trying to think. I was like, well, you got Stallone and
well, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'd never seen Cliffhanger, so I'm like,
I've also never seen Cliffhanger.
I'm like, I am like 99% sure he was not in Judge Dredd.
Michael Rooker is in Cliffhanger.
He was in Tu Wong Fu, right? With
yeah.
Yep, he was a drag queen in that movie.
Yes, he was.
With Swayze and Leguizamo, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. I think that was Leguizamo's first movie, wasn't it?
Ooh.
No?
I don't think so.
Wasn't that 80s or was that 90s?
That was 90s.
Was it 90s? All right. Sweet.
It was early Leguizamo, but I don't think it was his first. I could be mistaken.
No, you're probably right, dude, because if that was 90s, that might have been after The Pest, honestly. Because Pest was like, what, 91? That movie is awful to watch. Jesus Christ. If you want to torture your friends for an hour and a half, put on The fucking Pest, dude. It was funny back in the day. It is just.
Wait, what movie?
The Pest.
Oh, I've heard of this movie.
It's.
Now I gotta look it up.
It's its own thing, that's for sure. Anyways, Chad Eddie, back to you, brother.
A deleted conversation from the script explained how Blade's sword originally belonged to Whistler, who himself was part of a long line of vampire hunters.
Oh, all right.
Why am I getting an echo? Why am I hearing?
Hello.
Am I playing on a?
I don't have any noise on.
I heard something too.
Well, the train just went by before.
No.
It sounded like it was almost our thing feeding back.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their phone on mute or silent.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, the Pest is on Tubi for free.
Dope. Anyways,
David S. Goyer explained in a DVD commentary that the scene where Karen touches Blade's sword was originally longer, as she went on to discover a weird hybrid infant of some kind floating in a tank. It came with a jump scare, and Goyer says, "I think it would have scared the living shit out of the audience, but New Line felt it was just too horrible."
What did it have?
Some kind of mutated infant thing in a tank. I don't see how that could have possibly fit into this movie.
That feels more like 2. 2, I could see that because that goes into that territory of like gene splicing and shit. This is not. Yeah.
No, this is straight up violent.
I mean, the only weird vampire we really get is Pearl, right? And that's just because somehow. Well, it's not somehow. I mean, there's people that exist that are that big out there.
I will get to that. It actually is in my notes.
Okay,
that big.
God damn.
Chris Christopherson's character of Whistler was created for Blade's cameo on Spider-Man the Animated Series. He was liked so much by Marvel's CEO that he was adopted into the Marvel Universe.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So Brody's asking if the sword story would potentially explain why. No, I think that was, he just said it was a drifter.
Backwards.
He was just a drifter, yeah.
I think that may have been what caused Whistler to become a hunter, not the other way around.
That's how I took it. That was the catalyst.
Kind of like how John Winchester became a hunter after his wife.
So how does that work with that new show, The Winchesters? There's that, because like isn't that them like in the past?
It is them in the past, and since they only did one season, it's never going to be seen again. But it's explained in one of the final episodes that is an alternate reality created by Castiel and Dean Winchester in the afterlife, because they wanted to try and make a universe where John and Mary are happy together.
Oh shit, they were playing Liu Kang in the new Mortal Kombat. All right, sweet.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. Cool. All right.
So Quinn originally had a much smaller role, but Donald Logue was so funny on set that his character was expanded and he was allowed to ad-lib a good portion of his dialogue.
Oh, nice.
That's dope. Sometimes that works out. I mean, it works out for the better. You know what I mean? Just let the especially if the actor's like really feeling that part and they just, want to take it in a certain direction. Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
It's always best to let them decide what's best for their character, usually. If they're that good at ad-libbing. I mean, look at Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah, dude. I'm just thinking even like Bill Murray with most of his shit and everything today. You know what I mean? Just fucking feel it out, dude.
Or that whole fucking scene in Beverly Hills Cop 2 between Eddie Murphy and Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Like
dude,
oh yeah.
And that's the thing is like, dude, there could be like a start basis, but then like you read those lines and you're just like, this doesn't feel good, or this doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can just take the basis from that and then turn it in. Yeah, dude, 100%. That's awesome.
While discussing the character of Deacon Frost, Wesley Snipes described him as the kind of guy who'd ice skate uphill. Stephen Norrington and David S. Goyer loved the phrase so much they worked it into the film.
We got it.
Yeah, it was the last thing.
We got it again in Deadpool and Wolverine.
We did.
He said, "Yeah, dude." He said that in that shit. I was fucking clapping when he said it.
I don't remember exactly.
I was like,
some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
That's right. How do you do that, dude?
I can't. Wesley Snipes was interested in doing a movie adaptation of the Black Panther comics when he was offered the project. He said that he was unfamiliar with the Blade comics, seeing more of a connection to the blaxploitation heroes of the 70s. I said he just approached him as this really cool character where he'd get to do martial arts and wear a leather suit.
Hard to pass up. But now
I'm thinking of him as a 1990s Black Panther now. That would have been interesting.
That would be interesting.
I'm really wishing we would have reached out and got Mick to do this episode with us.
Oh my God.
Because he has such a great story about when Wesley Snipes was on set doing this with his entourage.
Oh, okay. I think I might have heard this, but I'm not.
Yeah, every time he did something, they were all yeah, Black Power.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Whatever. Let's get the movie made.
Karen was originally going to be played by a white actress, but Wesley Snipes encouraged them to cast a black actress.
She did really well. I loved her part.
Yeah, no, she did it solid, and I actually kind of I don't know. I think
it's dumb because looking back, I just can't imagine a white actress playing that.
No.
I feel like it's just, I don't know, man.
It's perfect the way it is.
Right. Yeah. Like she did a solid fucking job. And I don't know. That would just it would just feel weird.
It would. Continuing, when Karen first meets Whistler, Blade can be seen holding a map of New Orleans. This not only implies the city they are in, it is an homage to the comic books. Many stories in the Blade series occur in New Orleans.
Oh. I did not know that. They never said where they actually were, right? It's just the city, which is kind of cool because then you just take it wherever it is. Because I never assumed it was New York, but I'm just like,
no,
is this Chicago? Like, where the fuck are they, dude? Like, I could just, all right, solid.
Jet Li was offered the part of Deacon Frost, but opted to do Lethal Weapon 4 instead.
Oh wow. He probably could have pulled that. I mean, I like who we got. Steven Dorff does a fantastic job.
We would have got a completely different Deacon Frost, though. We wouldn't have got such a cocky, arrogant character like we got.
I don't know, maybe.
No, Jet Li doesn't play characters like that. Even if he is, he keeps it pretty reserved. Then he just kicks your ass.
Yeah. The fight scene would have been way different, though, at the end, had it been Jet Li.
Oh, yeah.
Now all I'm thinking is Expendables 2 at the beginning when Jet Li jumps out of the fucking plane.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Jumps out of the plane and fucking Dolph Lundgren. That's what I call Chinese takeout. Dude, those movies have such great one-liners.
Fucking, I love it. I hated that shit. Blade wouldn't have taken her if she was white. You know what, Scoops? You're right. Because when he looked at her, he thought about his mother. He pulled a Jason Voorhees. But, here's something we never fucking talked about. I don't know why. It's because we just talked about Blade's mom. We never talked about how weird his mom gets with him in that ritual take. What the fuck was going on there, dude?
She was trying to fuck her son.
Yeah.
That was a little.
Yeah. I think, even Jen and I were watching it. She got
more leather.
What's that?
Jet Li would be more leather.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
No, that's my friend Joe from Canada, by the way.
What's up, homie? Oh. Thanks for joining.
Howdy.
No, it's right after that scene, even the wife just let us out. She's like, well, that was fucking weird. And I'm like, right? I always wondered about that scene. It's like, they're awfully close for a mother and son. That's I don't. Yeah.
And didn't she lick his face or something? Did she do something?
She was.
I think she just rubbed
right
up. I think that she was rubbing cheek to cheek, but even still, weird. I mean, all in all, in reality, yeah, she's hot. But knowing in story universe, you're like, ew, no. That's like
Continue
a
on.
vampire thing, though. Is it? Maybe it is, Brody. I wouldn't know.
I could see that. That's yeah.
Yeah, but even then,
I mean, that's just some weird.
Just the mother-son thing is like,
say that's just some weird mom shit, dude. Honestly, like there's just some moms out there that are fucking like that. It's gross.
Mostly in West Virginia. Yeah.
What do they call it? Emotional incest or some shit like that. It's fucking.
It's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when the mother-in-laws don't like girlfriends and they try to like act like a girlfriend around. It's fucking.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on from this. It's getting.
That scene was that though, was it not? Like
it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, as it like.
And yeah, I get it. It's acting, but when you're in the moment, you're looking at it like, oh, dude, that's his mom.
Even he's just like, what the fuck? But he's like locked in. He can't do shit. So it's even worse.
So Stanley originally had a cameo that was ultimately cut from the film. He played one of the cops that came into the Blood Club during the aftermath and discover Quinn's body on fire.
Oh, no shit. I liked it as well, Brody. Brody says he liked how the mom's bed was like a new age coffin. Thought that was kind of cool. All right.
The scene where Karen and Deacon are talking about the cure for vampirism originally ran a bit longer and answered the question of how the vampires would feed if everybody was turned into a vampire. They would keep some humans alive in giant blood bags to harvest them. The bags can be seen in a doorway during the scene and later played an integral part of the plot in Blade Trinity. It was also the underlying plot structure for the movie Daybreakers.
I was going to say, you literally just talked about Daybreakers, dude. Like, that's cool. Is that what we saw when that dude, like right in the beginning when they were going to the club in the meat locker, when they pushed that weird thing by and he's like, what the fuck? But then, like,
I
she
didn't pick
pulls
up on that. Yeah.
Because I never could figure out what the fuck that was because it's such like a flash image. You can't really see it. You just see that it doesn't look like everything else that's in there, That's cool. I'm going to take it as that.
In the original Marvel Comics storyline, the character Blade was English, not American.
Wait, what?
Apparently the original Blade was English and not American.
Really? Interesting. See, the Bill and Ted thing, though, wasn't that his stepmom, Brody?
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's different.
I was going to say, yeah, it was more
That was Ted's stepmom. That was Bill's stepmom.
Yeah, no, that situation.
It's Scoops nailed it on the head. It's more like the Back to the Future song.
Then she was his sister-in-law.
Wait, what?
In the third movie, it starts with Missy marrying Deacon, his brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking about there was like a really bad comedy sketch, dude, where like Marty keeps coming back and like gangbangs his mom. Doc's like, why didn't you just say no? He's like, bro, have you seen her?
Now all I could think of is Fry banging his grandma in Futurama.
It's the same thing. It's essentially the same idea. They're like, wait, why didn't the picture disappear? Wait a minute, Marty. You're your own. Yeah. Anyways.
Pearl was so large that a set had to be built around him. It was about 700 pounds of latex skin that had to be moved with a forklift.
Oh,
that's awesome. That's literally how they have to move people like that out of their houses.
That just sounds like a sweaty ass mess. Both ways.
I'm not trying to be a dick. That's just an actual fact. I've seen it many times.
Dude, I've watched the shows.
Yeah, have you had My 600-Pound Life?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Oh, that's.
I've watched that show, and like he gives them like a certain amount of time to lose like over 100 pounds, right? So before they qualify.
Yeah.
And they 9 times out of 10 they somehow manage to do it just by eating less and lifting like these little 5-pound weights.
Because they're literally going from not moving at all to just moving that much, and that much when you are over excess.
Yeah, but goddamn, it was that easy.
Yeah, but it's not because you're not 600 fucking pounds, bro. Like, yeah, the fatter you are, the easier essentially it will be to lose it. But at the same time, not. Because you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
everybody thinks it's not. And I'm like,
the first,
if you literally just move a little more, watch.
The first
you're
20 to
good.
50, dude, will melt right off depending on what you're fucking doing. And if you're that big, fuck yeah, bro. That person, honestly, all that person probably needs is to just eat a little bit healthier and fart a little bit more, dude, and they'll lose fucking 20 pounds in a year, bro. Like,
I love how on that show when they're supposed to lose weight and they pack on like another 20 pounds. And he's like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh my God.
It's a stress eating, bro.
I followed your diet. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. That McDonald's wrapper says different.
Yeah, that Whopper under your chin is telling me a different story.
That one on, ooh, shit, I got a nugget under my titty. Like,
oh, we're going
anyways, Stephen Norrington stated that the cause of Pearl's obese size was the creature gaining a cannibalistic lust for infants and children as he loves to eat their hearts.
Wow.
That ain't fucking God. That just went really
How
dark.
the fuck were we supposed to get fast.
that?
I don't.
There were supposed to be like a bunch of bodies laying around him on the floor.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
I mean, I just figured. Yeah, I just figured he was just because like he was good at what he did, but he was obviously super fucking lazy that they would just always, you know what I mean? Like that's how he got to that point. But ugh.
So Michael Morbius was to be used as the main antagonist in Blade 2, but the idea was dropped when Marvel sold the character's rights to Artisan Entertainment to produce a standalone Morbius film. The vampire on the rooftop in the alternate ending is Morbius, played by director Stephen Norrington. Morbius eventually made his live-action debut in 2022, played by Jared Leto.
And
horrible.
I still haven't watched Morbing Time, so
same. It's Morbin time.
I was almost going to watch it the other day, and I ended up watching something else. But
if I ever watch Morbius again, it's because someone strapped me to the chair and said, "Suffer."
I mean, that would have been awesome if we actually got a Morbius in this Blade universe, because
now that would be cool.
That would have just been a way cool. Because, like, you know, not to talk about the second one, but I fucking love the Reapers of the addition into the second one, dude. Like,
dude, and the alternate
badass.
And the alternate ending for Blade Trinity, they were supposed to be fighting a werewolf.
What?
Yeah.
What? For real?
The effect used for the werewolf looked really shitty that I saw. It's like it's one of the extras on the DVD. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, but that would be like cool if they like took it to like a werewolf by night kind of thing.
That's where it was supposed to be heading to. Yeah.
Oh no shit. Okay, that's dope. Nice.
So, in updating the vampire lore, Stephen Norrington and David S. Goyer decided that crosses wouldn't work against vampires, citing, what if a vampire was Jewish? Why would a cross work against him?
I love it. Fucking right, dude. No, it's good.
He's not wrong.
No, but I like that they still keep some stuff, right? Like silver. Like silver's always been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad they keep that.
Silver, garlic. Yeah.
No, garlic. No, garlic did work.
Yeah, garlic worked.
Yeah.
Yes,
they had the garlic mace. Yeah, the garlic.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how the hot vampire chick was killed.
Sorry. This is the problem with watching Blade 2 today. I have Blade 2 still playing in my head. So I'm thinking about the Reapers, and they were like, they're immune to garlic and blah, 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 blah. So yeah. But maybe we'll talk about that if we ever review that movie.
Might have to do that.
Honestly, though, that one may be a little bit more horror than this one.
Oh, dude, it's directed by Del Toro, of course.
Well, that, and we also get a lot more like body horror and shit in it. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, listen, if I got to take one out of my list,
I was gonna say, if anybody wants to take one out of their list, or if
I might do that,
we could totally do that. I'd be down for that.
I could do that too.
We will figure it out.
Anyway,
and I would say
what else you
probably
got
sooner
behind?
rather than later.
What?
Yeah,
Just get on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Blobulous Vampire Pearl took 4 people to perform, 1 at the head, 1 at each arm, and 1 operating the feet. He's surrounded by used blood bags and debris, but originally they wanted dead children scattered around as well, seeing as Pearl was too big to move around easily and would need easy prey.
They should have just left it, man. Like, what was it just gonna be, like little kid skeletons? I wonder, or is it gonna be like full like little bodies?
I don't. The way they say, I'm just picturing like almost like little mummified.
Yeah, that's what I would think, dude. Like,
yeah.
it's not even that bad. Like, it's like, whatever.
You know, like when Shang Tsung sucked somebody's soul out. It kind of like that.
Fuck yeah, I get it, 100%.
Okay, when Blade is first engaging Frost, he is seen charging up the ramp with his ninja toe out and away from him. This is the correct way to run with any sharp instruments to provide accidental death by impalement if said instruments are dropped while running.
All right. Wesley Snipes doing it right.
Yeah. In the film, Whistler can read the ancient vampire language. We see this when he translates a piece of paper taken by Blade from the archive. However, in the script, Whistler cannot understand the language, and Blade goes to a voodoo priestess to get a translation.
See, I'm not saying that you probably don't need that scene, but I did kind of wonder how he was able to fucking read that when none of the other vampires are like, it hasn't been decoded in fucking 600 years.
I know, I didn't get that either.
And he's just like, yeah, it smells like vampire's ass. Anyways, this is what it fucking says. What? He just fucking knows? All right.
Although she's credited as Mercury, Arlie Jovers never is called by her name throughout the movie.
Which one is that?
The hot blonde vampire chick.
Okay, fair enough. I'm glad when she got her comeuppance.
Yeah.
A line of dialogue was dropped from the script featuring Blade saying that he remembers being born, literally being cut from his mother's womb. It's his origin story and the obvious beginning of his hatred for the vampires.
Yeah, you don't need that. That feels like some Deadpool shit right there. I remember the day I was born. First thing.
The movie has a surprising amount of similarities with The Matrix. Both feature a character who learns that the reality they live in is a facade and is in fact invisibly controlled by an outside force. There is a small underground group of fighters battling the invisible oppressors. The protagonist is dressed in a long trench coat, and the action leans heavily on martial arts. The hostage scene, around 1 hour, 12 minutes, even features a bullet dodging moment similar to The Matrix's famous bullet time scenes. All of these similarities are coincidental, though, since Blade was released a year before The Matrix, and The Matrix had been written, planned, and storyboarded long before Blade was released.
See, I'm just going to say Blade set the precedence for sunglasses and long black leather coats.
Yeah.
I don't think The Matrix, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they already had that plan, but I'm going to say part of it was also off the popularity of because dude, everybody in this movie was rocking shades at night and shit like that, trying to look all badass. They did, but I mean, I got that vibe. I don't know if you guys did watching it, but it was just like, man, this is just, I want to watch The Matrix after this, dude, because it just feels like the same shit.
I can honestly say The Matrix I never got into. I think it's good, but I never got into it.
The first one's good. The others are...
Oh, no. Only the first one. I could give a shit about.
Well, that's The Matrix. Like I said, that's good, but I'm like, it didn't stick with me, though. But I haven't watched it in so long.
I like the second one, but at the same time, it pisses me off the most.
Same. I don't know why.
I don't know. It's because that's just how it ends. Because it's because, and I've bitched about this on the show before with the new Halloween trilogy and shit. Stop announcing trilogies before you just don't announce it's a trilogy, right? Keep that shit in your pocket. 1, 2, and 3, right? We didn't know Blade 3 was gonna ever fucking happen. We didn't even know Blade 2 was gonna fucking happen.
I mean, technically, there's 4 movies in that trilogy because the Animatrix.
That's true.
It actually over. It does cross over and introduces characters in that are in the movie
and games.
Yeah,
because wasn't Enter the Matrix also canon? So that was the one with who was in that? Wasn't Jet Li in that?
Was he?
I don't remember.
Wasn't that Jet Li and also fucking Will Smith's woman there?
Yeah, I remember she was in.
Yep. Okay. Interesting. Nice. Anyways, back to Blade.
Let's see. Arlie Jover was a model with very limited acting experience. Stephen Norrington felt she had the right sex appeal.
All right.
Okay, whatever works. Abraham Whistler may be based on Bible John Carrick, a character who was introduced in Marvel Comics Blade's first solo series in '94. Both are white-haired, bearded, unkempt older men who are learned veterans at supernatural vampire hunting and supply Blade with his weapons.
All right. I dig it. Sorry,
Blade only appeared in one self-titled comic book before the film was made, Blade the Vampire Hunter, which ran for 10 issues in 94 to 95. The success of the film led to several more Blade comics.
No shit.
I like how the movie made more comics.
Speaking of, as much money as this movie made, Marvel only made $25,000 off of this film.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, they probably didn't even know what the sell. You know, how do they know it's going to be a success or not? Right?
They didn't.
It's an underground character that nobody really knows. You just, man, if they had the hindsight, they'd now. Well, now it's Disney, so that's a totally different Marvel too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Originally, the villain Deacon Frost was an elderly German mad scientist from the mid-19th century looking for the secret to immortality and had resorted to kidnapping people and using them for his test subjects for a vampire serum. He kidnapped a woman, but her fiancé rescued her, and during the struggle, he accidentally injected himself with the serum, thus becoming one of the undead. In the movie adaptation and anime versions, Deacon Frost was made to appear much younger. Both Blade and Eric Brooks and Deacon Frost made their first appearances in Marvel Comics' The Tomb of Dracula, issue number 10 for Blade and issue number 13 for Deacon.
Oh, no shit. Awesome.
The first cut of the film, which was 140 minutes long, had a disastrous test screening with audiences, and heavy edits and reshoots were implemented, which delayed the release date more than half a year. The most significant change was the addition of the final sword fight between Blade and Deacon Frost, which did not exist in the original version of the movie. The original ending had Frost becoming La Magra and unleashing the Blood Tide, which washes over the city and turns everyone it touches into vampires. The film ended with the vampires winning, having caused the vampire apocalypse. It was a setup for a proposed sequel where Blade and Karen would travel around, hitting and destroying vampire food storage areas. The filmmakers didn't know if there would be a sequel, so it was changed.
Wow.
I kind of
very yeah,
ambitious.
thank you, Bob. That's a great way to put that. Damn.
I kind of want. I like the. I love this movie, but I kind of want to see that ambitious shit right there.
I don't know how well that would have played off in '98. It almost seems a little too much. I could be way wrong on that.
I mean that would almost that's.
You might be.
I mean, we kind of almost got that with Stakeland.
Yeah, we did, but I feel like even that's would be a little bit more grounded in the sense of then like, you know, like God powers and I don't know. Yeah. Blade makes sense because Blade in comic book fashion has or will deal with bigger shit than his like own little contained world, right? So
yeah,
but I mean, I feel like that's a way better like actual comic book. Like you would see that animated or like drawn in that would play that out way better than in movie format. But what the fuck do I know?
In an earlier draft, Blade killed Whistler. In the film, his fate is left uncertain. In one version of the ending, it's Whistler who's the vampire in Moscow.
I mean, eventually he is, but
spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry if you haven't seen number 2. Well, Bob, I probably hasn't.
Way to go.
I am.
No, I did. Yeah, 2 I didn't.
It's all right.
In the comics, Blade's mother was a prostitute named Tara Brooks and was killed by Deacon Frost during Eric's birth. She never becomes a vampire.
Really? Because they had her in the Spider-Man cartoon. That was the second time Blade came back, I think, right?
I think.
Because the first time he came in just to hunt Morbius.
Yeah.
But then, like, the mom came in because she stole the recombinator to make other vampires, I think.
Something like that.
I can't believe I remember that. You were just I don't even know. Were you born yet, Bob? Yeah, you were born. You were
right now.
So you were just a wee baby.
He was. He was a little baby. When Frost kills Krieger, the scene at the pool party ends. Then the camera focuses in on a vampire rubber bat toy. The Bat toy is actually part of the Spider-Man the Animated Series line of action figures called Vampire Wars, which includes an action figure of Blade. The vampire bat in the scene was a Spider-Man transformed into a vampire monster action figure.
Was that from the same series where Wolverine turned into the werewolf?
I think so.
Dude, my cousins had that one. That shit was awesome. I always wanted it. Why would Spider-Man turn into a fucking vampire?
I don't know. Ask Toy Biz. They're the ones that made them.
Yeah,
maybe they were making something that they didn't, nobody knew about, and that's what happened.
Yeah, fuck it.
I mean, back then, toys took a lot of liberties with their licenses.
That's true. It was as a toy. It doesn't need to make sense. It's just
exactly. It's just a toy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, finally, Marvel was not going to give Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan credit for the characters they'd created, but Goyer insisted. He asked New Line, and they accepted, but representatives of Marv Wolfman said only he should get credit and not Gene Colan. Goyer insisted that both be credited. So there.
I wonder why the dismissive on the one.
Greed.
Well, yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
100%.
So that's it.
All righty. Well, thank you very much, Chad Daddy.
My pleasure.
All
Yes,
right.
sir. Thank you.
All right, boys. How'd you watch this movie?
On demand.
Old school DVD.
Fucking right, brother.
Same
right
one.
here.
Yep.
Cardboard. You fucking know it. Heavier than anything you still get today because everything's light as fuck.
Dude, I gotta say, with that disc being as old as it is,
still looked pretty good.
That picture was fantastic.
What did you watch it on?
The PS5.
Also PS5.
So, nice.
Yeah. All right. No, that's solid. That definitely like upscaled the shit out of it. What would be I laughed when we put it in, and so the Jen, because of how simple the menu was too. Like it was like weird bare bones, but not even like the bare bones of today. It was like we're just learning how to do DVDs.
Basically, yeah.
Fucking A. All right. That takes us to, I'm glad we all had the physical too, man. That was sweet. Or at least Scoop, because I think Scoop's watched it.
Scoop's had the physical. Bobby watched it on demand.
Yeah. We never asked Brody where he. I bet Brody's got the physical for how many times he watched.
I can guarantee
He's probably got a physical doing it.
Just guessing. Brody, if you're still listening, do you got the physical? Just wanted to know. Bro, oh man, MK and Animality. Sorry, Brody just made a comment about that. Man, the new Animalities in the new one are even more like off the wall crazy, but they're fucking hilarious. Like Noob Sabat turns into two alligators that rip the person apart and shit, dude.
I like how in Ultimate MK3 they had to give Scorpion a weird ass fucking animality because
he was a penguin.
Because they had somebody else turning into a scorpion from
because Shiva was a fucking scorpion.
Yeah,
and it was like what?
Yeah, because they didn't have Scorpion.
So they redid that and gave it to him again in MK4. Fucking, they were like, yeah, but it wasn't just a fatality. Anyways, douche of the film. I'm gonna say Deacon Frost, dude. He's got to be right.
Deacon Frost, absolutely.
Yeah, but I want to give it to that German vampire as a runner-up too, because he was kind of a cunt.
Yeah, but that dude is just typecast to play that kind of guy.
He really is.
He always does. He's fantastic at it.
He's a great actor.
He's not the doctor. I excuse me, I've never seen it, but he's not the doctor from Human Centipede, is he?
No.
Okay. That's always the vibe I got though. Was like that dude would be like playing that. I've got the whole movie in my head all day, every day, says Brody. But he needs it on physical. He's waiting for a sick ass.
Yeah, so now I'm sure they're going to do some sort of release at some point because now I'll get that. I have to.
I mean, you know what? We have a weird power of when we talk about some shit, even though we're not that big at all by any fucking means. Somehow there's magic in the air and shit always pops up later on.
And like the following week, we're like, on Bloody Disgusting.
Always.
Hey, 4K
always.
Listen, this is
I don't know how Chad Daddy plans it out.
I don't.
Every fucking time, dude.
Like the biggest one though that always sticks to me is when we were talking about Pumpkinhead, and they were just randomly like the very next day, oh, Pumpkinhead! Like,
wasn't there one that was like the same day? It was like hours after. We're like,
yeah,
what? Like, is somebody watching our show and not telling us, dude? Like, come on. Anyways, that takes us to favorite kill.
Oh, his the throat rip out towards the end where he just looks at the guy, goes like this, and
that was pretty gnarly. And then he throws the throw at the next dude.
Yeah, I'm going with that one. That's my
that was cool.
That's pretty solid. Oh man,
I think I'm gonna go with the garlic mace in the chick's throat, and then her head explodes.
Ooh, all right,
pretty cool.
That was a different one. I mean, a lot of them are the same, right? A lot of them are just them
you get a lot of like
and they like.
Yeah.
Obviously, we get the explosions in the hallway. They're kind of funny. You know what? I'm gonna go Pearl's death, dude, because it was just kind of gross. Like that dude got straight up. Like that was not an easy death. He just got straight up tortured. Like
got cooked.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, even like Blade seemed almost a little like, dare I say, sympathetic in that moment. Like he just was like, damn.
Yeah, and she was just actually absolutely brutal. She's just frying.
Yeah, dude. He's just like, God damn, dude, don't piss her off. Like, what the fuck? All right. Best scene.
Ooh.
Dude, Blood Rave. I can't not say the Blood Rave.
As cool as the fight scene is with Deacon Frost, the Blood Rave is just it set the bar.
Dude, all the fight scenes are badass though,
Yeah.
man. There's not a fight scene that's like shitty in this.
I do agree with the Blood Rave, but I'm going with when he's in the hospital and that little fight. Of course, you get the one-liner. Motherfucker, you serious? I'm going there.
All right, I'll give you that one.
That was solid. Okay. I was almost gonna say my runner-up would be the whole library scene, like when he gets like captured and
that was
Whistler comes in and shit saves him.
Did
Pearl actually die though? I'd like to assume yes, but you know what? We don't technically see it, so maybe not. I just figured he was so fried at the point that he was just like, he was done. But Blade 4 days bloody discussing Blade 4 with Wesley. That's fine. That'd be awesome. We don't talk about the Spike TV show or movie because I don't know.
Or the reboot they want to do.
Yeah, Blade did kick someone so hard in the nuts that they died at the end fight. Not wrong. That dude went down hard.
Oh shit.
That
okay, so we're on
hard.
So
yeah,
now
we are on worst moment or scene if you got one.
I do.
The CGI for me.
For me, I got to pick the scene where Whistler is trying to put gasoline into fucking Blade's car and just spills it everywhere.
No, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, God.
And lights a cigarette, too. Nonetheless.
No, that kicked my OCD, and it's like, oh, God, clean that fucking up. Oh, my God.
No, see, I thought that was fucking hilarious because it's just his non-give-a-shit fucking attitude.
I just hated seeing gasoline just spilling everywhere.
You're like,
gets it all
I get
the
the point of it, but it just drove me nuts seeing that.
That's funny. I laugh at that. I don't know if I really have one. I mean, I would agree with Bob. Like the CGI is a little rough, but man, like Brody said, the movie's so good I can get by it. So there's not really just one scene, right? Like it's the CGI throughout the whole movie. It's when the vampires are getting killed throughout the beginning. It's when the 12 their like souls get fucking ripped out of their own skeletons. They look funny. The explosions, but all right, opening scene.
Oh, God, absolutely.
Yeah. That's 100% hard yes.
Not even, yeah.
I don't think I've had a harder yes for an opening scene. Okay. That takes us to most attractive character. I'm gonna say the Doc, dude. She's fine.
She was.
She is absolutely fine, dude.
Yeah.
Dr.
Nothing to
Karen.
disagree with there. Absolutely.
His mom was pretty hot too.
She was very hot, but that scene still weirds me out, and I can't look at it the same.
And the doctor, there was a couple scenes where she looked straight up sultry, like ooh.
I think it was also when she was like mostly pissed off, and it was like getting towards the end when like they thought she was going to change again still, and stuff like, or like she didn't catch it in time, whatever. All right, that takes us to, did the score set the mood? Fuck yes, it did, dude. It was badass. Yeah, set up everything. That takes us to best song. I do not know any of the specific EDM songs.
I don't either
in this,
honestly.
But I'm gonna go with the one from the fucking Blood Rave, dude, because that is just that shit gets you fucking pumping right in the beginning. So
absolutely.
What about that throwaway scene of her ex-boyfriend turned into a zombie vampire? Yeah, that was you know what? That was kind of a throwaway fucking scene. You're right.
It was pointless, and why did he look like that?
They explained it. They explained it when they were walking in there. They just said sometimes when somebody feeds too long for whatever reason, the other ones will turn into like almost a more decrepit version of a vampire to where they don't care on what they feed and shit.
Okay. And that's when he said that's when they threw him in the pits.
Yeah. And then he's like, yo, we'd like you to meet somebody that you haven't seen in a long time. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really need that dude to come back because she didn't kill him.
No, but I love the way he looked, though. He was creepy.
He looked cool. He did. I won't say that, but
you know.
Yeah, that might have been the worst scene, honestly. Brody might be right there.
Actually, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess we need her to go somewhere to then, but then like, come back to help.
I mean, I guess it did have a payoff later on because that sharpened bone or whatever it was that she climbed.
That's when he killed the mom.
He killed the mom. Yeah.
Which, how did that kill the mom?
I don't know.
That's not silver or anything like that. So, yeah.
The son's love killing his mom. I don't know.
Yeah, but he like stabbed her right in the fucking vagina, dude. Like it wasn't even. It was pretty low. Like he's just like, settle down, mom. All right. That takes us to favorite character,
Blade. Well, I'm going with Whistler.
Ooh,
I was going to say Blade and Whistler, but that's a tie.
I have to say Wesley Snipes, dude. I can't not. I mean, Whistler's a fantastic side character for sure, but
it was sad when he died.
Or did he? Never know. That takes us to, was it scary? No. We lost Chad Daddy. Oh, no.
I was about to say, what just happened? I see it go down to 2. No, not scary.
Okay, he's back.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. Everything just froze, so I had to refresh.
You're good. So was it scary? I'm going to say no.
No.
Oh, shit. I think we lost Chad Daddy again. He's in the darkness and frozen. All right. So we'll just go to the next one here. I'm going to pull him out. So that takes us to, does it hold up today?
Yes.
But I'm going to say 95% of it, yes.
Yeah.
CGI, like you said earlier, sir, absolutely not.
Chad just said their internet is fucking up right now. I don't know why.
Okay. All right. Well, Bob, you and I got this sleigh ride, so we'll fucking finish it up here. Chad Eddie gets in. We'll hopefully get the rest of his shit. We'll go back. So hold up. Yeah, for the most part, for sure. Acting.
Yeah. Oh, solid. Everybody all around was pretty much on their A game. Not even a question.
Fuck yeah, dude. Absolutely. I would agree. Nobody really even like the shitty little parts, like the cop that got his ass kicked and everything like that. You know what I mean? Dude, they all felt like he felt played their role solid.
He felt
Weasley.
Organic to the movie. That's what he felt.
That's a solid way to put it. That takes us to the cinematography, which we have mentioned before, but did we enjoy it?
I love the colors of this movie. I agree with what Brody said, like the blues and everything. It was like that little bit of gray, like it held well for this movie. I love it.
You know, that's a good point. Then the lighting was solid in this. They definitely like helped Blade pop, especially like depending on if he's wearing his jacket or just his vest, shit like that.
Yeah. Even the blood popped in this movie.
Yeah, man, it looked fantastic. And I also, once again, I'm going to bring up the car chase scene, dude. I like just how that was filmed and shot and given to us in like a weird sped up dynamic, but I dig it. I don't know. It looked interesting.
I agree.
That was the moment where I was like, man, this is what I wish like more superhero movies would do, is just like some kind of weird shit like this a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not the same cookie cutter which we've gotten for how many years now? What, almost?
See, like that's why like
years?
Multiverse of Madness was dope, right? Because like we knew Raimi doing it, we were going to get a little Raimi in there somewhere, right? And we did, right? We got some sweet,
Right.
especially like where she's coming out of the fucking like the any of the reflection pools and shit. She's like nabbing them, bro. That's like full fucking Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And when she like
I still felt they held him back a little
100%.
bit. He did damn good for what we got. Not even a question.
I hate to say it, dude, but if they allowed it, that movie should have been an R, and they should have allowed him to do that. You know what I mean? Because that,
and I guarantee you that would have been the movie to be like, now everything after, maybe except Deadpool Wolverine, has to kick
but
it up.
It makes sense that Deadpool Wolverine was obviously the first one. So, all right, that takes us back. Premise, obviously, I think we've been fucking hamming the shit up the whole time. So
I wouldn't question it.
And the climax, was it satisfying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got that hell of a fight. We got all of that. And we got Blade 2. I mean, clearly it was satisfying.
Yeah, no, I mean, right? We got the end battle, and then we get a follow-up of him in Moscow still like chasing vampires. So that leaves it wide open to where we're like, oh, we're getting more Blade. Yeah. Blade in the snow. So fuck yeah. All right. That takes us to hold on. I think we got Chad Daddy. Are you back?
I think so. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Video's a little laggy, but I don't give a shit. I can hear you, so that's all that matters.
Did we lose you again? Because it's slowly coming back up.
Okay. We got down a little bit, but we're at the last one. So was the climax satisfying for you, sir?
Yes, it was.
All right. And I'm assuming obviously premise was enjoyed because we've been milking this cow.
It holds up. It holds up extremely well.
Yeah, the only thing we said it was like probably like 95% holds up. CGI obviously does not. So
right.
Okay, that takes us to recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot. Well, clearly I'm just rewinding.
Rewind, just rewind.
Yep. Or just re-put in the DVD, whatever. How do you want to put it? Yeah. All right, boys, let's rate this motherfucker. Brody gave it us 5. Steve gave us 3 different scores. We'll see what he has by the end. Chad Daddy, what do you got, brother?
Bobby, what do you got? Since it's your first time viewing, what's your
favorite? You know what? Yeah, that's true. Bob, what you got?
I listen, I love it. Do I think it's perfect? No. So I'm gonna go 4.5.
That's fair. You got to see it the best way, like with no nostalgia glasses.
Yes, and so I was like, 4.5 is fair. If you change the CGI and maybe some other slight changes, not many, but I couldn't even name them now. I'd have to watch the movie. Yeah, 4.5.
All right. Chad Daddy.
It is a really good, solid movie, but I think I'm going to agree with Bobby. It's not perfect, and I think it's going to get a 4.5 for me as well.
Okay, 4.5. So that I'm going to say probably we're going to keep Scoob's original or mid score.
Yeah,
I would give him 8. Yeah.
Scoob's gave it 4.8. And I'm going to give it. God damn, dude, I love this fucking movie. But man, that CGI does.
No, keep it real. Whatever.
No, I am. The CGI definitely does hinder it, though, but it doesn't hinder enough to where I would never not want to watch this movie again. Right. So, rightfully so, I think I'm going to give it a 4.9. It's almost a 5. The CGI is the only thing, unfortunately, that hinders it in the worst way. But that gives us a score of... Yo, Heather's on the fucking money, 4.7. So there you go. So 1998.
Yeah, I missed whatever she said because I lost all the chat and everything. So
she just said right here she's going 4.7.
Nice.
So that was a good call on her part, and that's
I don't see anything in the chat window over here. So I don't know what the hell.
Oh no, that sucks. All righty. Well, That being said, Chad Daddy, what are we covering next week?
Next week we are watching a movie that I haven't seen, and John, I believe you said you also haven't seen it. We're watching
not in entirety.
Yeah, so we're watching American Psycho.
Is that my choice?
Maybe.
I don't know why. I feel like I put that on there. I don't really know.
Yes, you picked Species. That is Brody pick.
Oh, okay. Good pick.
So that is on
I will be watching
Hulu right now. If you're subscribed, Amazon Prime, it's on Plex for free. It's on Disney Plus. That's funny.
That is weird. That is hilarious
because it's Hulu. That is the weirdest part now that Hulu is combined with Disney. Because the shit that I see on Disney, I'm like, this shouldn't be on Disney. But yeah, all right. So American Psycho. Yeah, like I said, man, I've seen a lot of scenes from this movie. Never seen it in its entirety through all the way through. So fucking A, dude. That being said, is there anything nerdy boys want to talk about? I got nothing. So
I just wanted to say a big rest in peace to the Friday the 13th game whose servers went offline on January 1st.
Did anybody get a last game in?
No.
I got one in. I was not Jason. I did not survive, but I survived long enough to man, I haven't played this game in so long. Okay, on to something else. So, all righty.
I got a couple things. Because it's a brand new year, so we got a few. But on a sad note, also rest in peace, Olivia Hussey from Black Christmas. She passed away. That was last week now. May she rest in peace. But also now with it being 2025, we have a whole new list of horror movies coming out. And I just want to pull that list up and give a few because we got quite a few coming. We got Wolfman 17th, which the newest trailer I saw when I went and saw Nosferatu, I'm like, it looked more promising with that trailer. So
I'll watch it. I don't know I'd probably go see it in theaters. I don't know.
So, and then got quite a few here. I'm just going to get as many as I can. Grafted, which comes out January 24th on Shudder. From what I've heard, seems like it'll be a pretty good movie. We got Dark Match, January 31st. Where are you coming out on? I do not see. It does not say right here. So it'll be probably announced very soon. Let's see. We got The Monkey on February 21st, which it'll be in theaters. Let's see what else we got here.
Yo, speaking of monkeys, have you guys seen that fucking weird trailer for that Robbie Williams movie where he's played by a chimp? It is the fucking most I don't know what the fuck is going on in that movie, dude, but it's like,
who the hell is, I don't even know who Robbie Williams is.
Apparently he's some fucking European pop star. I have heard about him before. I kind of remember him in the 2000s, but I think he was big in the 90s. We're not British, so we wouldn't probably give a fuck. But for some reason, I saw that trailer before Sonic 3, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? It was the weirdest looking thing.
Yeah.
Well, clearly we haven't seen it then because we have no idea.
No, good. I'm glad you guys haven't.
Final Destination Bloodlines on May 16th. We haven't had a Final Destination, since 2010? Something like that. Somewhere around there. I feel that's a hard one. I like the first two. The third one is good. The rest of them, they're popcorn. They don't really...
I haven't watched anything past two, so I would...
Same.
I think I've seen a couple more than a few of them after. I don't remember which ones. They all kind of get the same, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. 28 years later on June 20th, which I'm excited for. I love 28 days and 28 weeks. Megan 2.0, June 27th. Jurassic World Rebirth on July 2nd. Anybody here see the last Jurassic World?
Nope. I'm behind on those, dude, too.
Same.
I kind of stopped after the second one of that trilogy anyway.
I was fine with just Jurassic World, and then when they made a second one, I was like, I don't want to just do this, dude.
I know. I Know What You Did Last Summer, July 18th. It's a sequel. I haven't watched those in forever.
Wait, which one? Say it again. Sorry.
I Know What You Did Last Summer, July 18th. It comes out.
First one was fun, but it was classic 90s teen slasher.
Uh-huh.
And the second one I remember was
stupid,
even more ridiculous, and it had a very young Jack Black.
Rastafarian Jack Black.
Yeah, it did have the dreads. That's right.
There you go. A couple more here, and then that'll be all that I have. We have Insidious 6 on August 29th. I like the last one. The Conjuring Last Rites, which will be supposedly, I say supposedly, we all know how this goes, the last Conjuring movie. We'll see what happens in 5 years.
Is it called The Final Chapter?
No, it just says The Last Rites. That's all that it says.
Mm.
And the last two I will mention, we have Saw 11. I did like Saw 10, so hopefully that'll hold up. And Hell House LLC Lineage. The last one on Shudder was really good. I ordered the Umbrella box set of the first 4 when that comes in, so I'm going to leave it at that. But those are some of the horror movies we have coming in 2025.
Nice, dude. Fuck yeah. And don't we also have, by the end of the year, we should have that new Return of the Living Dead?
Isn't that Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. It actually wasn't on that list, surprisingly, but I think it's because it made its headline already, what now, 2-3 weeks ago, whatever it was?
It might not be a big enough name for that list. It seems like I would put in comparison, but yo, man, you know what I want to release this year, and I know it won't, but it needs to, or it should, is the new Toxic Avenger. God damn it, just give it to us. If it's already fucking made, just goddamn release the bitch, dude.
I love the stories behind it. It's just they just say how it's so bad that it'll never get released. That just makes us want to see it even more.
I know. How does that not make you hungrier for it? You're like, well, I need to see it now.
Little Peter Dinklage kicking ass. We need to see that.
That's just like
we have to.
Like, you can't show me the red shiny button and be like, bro, don't touch it. No. Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's like Newman in Jurassic Park.
You didn't say the magic word.
We're also getting Predator Badlands too.
We're getting
which is supposed to
Badlands and Prey too.
Yeah.
So
one's theatrical and one's going to Hulu.
Yeah,
I think Prey's going to Hulu.
Which is crazy because, like, I mean, that would make sense. That's where it was released originally, anyways. So,
right.
But I'm down for them both, dude. Fuck yeah, let's go. Are we getting new Evil Dead this year too, or is that 2026? Maybe.
I think it's 2026.
I think that's 2026.
I think it's still in the process of being written. I don't think it's done yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't said anything on that yet.
All righty. Anything else, boys?
I got nothing.
That's all I got for this time. We'll have more next week.
Solid. We are at our 2-hour cap here. So on that note, Shad Daddy, if you want to start us off, brother.
Sure. This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy, way down yonder in the Chattahoochee, saying, join us next week for American Psycho, and make sure you bring your Huey Lewis.
Damn it.
I was gonna say this. Your killing machine, Bobby Amon, saying, we'll see you next week for a little Huey Lewis in the news, motherfucker.
Say, I want a new duck. No.
I love that little walk dance he does as he's talking about. It's like,
and I am your not so mean Fluff Master Supreme, saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for joining us for another fantastic episode. First episode of 2025.
Fuck yeah.
Starting it out strong. That being said, American Psycho next week. If you haven't watched it, I said earlier where to, check it out. So go back. It's on Hulu and all that shit. Disney Plus. Remember that one. That's an easy one to remember because it's funny.
I'm gonna look for it there.
Fucking right, dude. That's where I'm gonna watch it too.
That's gonna be fucking great.
Just because I can.
That's gonna be a great conversation piece when we get to that part.
Right? Does that make him a Disney princess? Like, is he a fucking?
He's a Disney prince.
I don't know. He's kind of a princess, dude. We'll see. But anyways, that's what we'll be talking shop next week. Hopefully, Scubas will be back and healthier next week as well. And other than that,